This is Beryl. He could do something crazy. It's just going to be Senna, which, you know, coming into 14-16, we were like, this is one of the big picks on the patch, and we haven't seen too much of it, but it comes in here, and, you know, honestly, against the poke of the Ziggs, you get a lot of healing, but I'm not sure about this, what this is going to look like. In mind, coming into this first game of the best of 5. Let's do it, game 1. And here we go. Already, the slow is happening here to Zeus, and we got Carrier and Owner and
Level
Kuma
1
all coming in. There's the slam into the wall. Perfect's in a bit of trouble, and he doesn't have flash. He's gonna go down to the 6 already. Chases and gets punished. And speaking of which, we are just gonna face check and die. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but Guma has 2 kills now. Early on in this game.
Yeah, so Perfect Steph at least felt like it could be the result of, like, obviously 12 CS that he could have gotten. He's only gotten 4. That's not good.
Yeah, nice little angle here onto the Senna. Beryl almost definitely going to have to flash. Doesn't even bother. He's just going to take the death and die. Down he goes. That's a kill over to Zeus now.
For a long time now, so we see Pioshik able to get one of the grubs, but T1 moving into challenge. You can see the wave pushed up top, and they will contest those.
Yeah, maybe Liliac can set up a play like here.
Oh, he's going to flash, or rather satchel out of the way early, and then he will flash. Lilia, Pioshik trying to flash in to make that happen. Here comes the Ghost out of Perfect, trying to punish the Vayne. Not always an easy thing to do, as Zeus is being chased down the lane, and Perfect doesn't quite have the range to do it, and now you're being run down as he gets that 3rd bolt into Perfect. But a gank out of level 4 Senna. Not always the most interesting. Here comes Carrier, but he's just going to walk by.
Oh.
Yeah, Beryl's in a rough spot here. He does have his flash. He will flash that one. Here comes BDD, who's just going to be swept away. And he is super low Beryl as well. A big bomb coming over the top, but I think they have the chase potential. One more auto would do it. Faker will get the kill. They have gone very deep for this, though. As Carrier thinking about helping out. He's not level 6 yet. As now Pioshik not going to hit anything.
Doesn't have flash.
And there's a disengage cone right here, so KT just had to back away.
The dragon going over here. 2 T1.
If you want to, you know, dig into the beams, you can say, hey, KT are really trying to lower the expectations for themselves.
They're doing a great job of that.
In this series, it basically looks unwinnable from here. It's not unwinnable, obviously,
definitely
but
looking a bit difficult. And now Def chunked out here. Wow. Again, doesn't have the blood.
Yeah, there's Carrier, and he just swings by, hits him once, drops the ignite, and gets the kill. And Def doesn't get to play the game at all. I don't think the ult even hit him.
I think it was Ignite Buckler.
I think he just autoed once and ignited. And that was it. I mean, Def doesn't exist right now. Zeus, does he exist is the question. He's still got a flash. Meanwhile, there's a fight going on between the supports, and Carrier's winning that one big time. Can he actually get the kill? Yes, he can. And now he's on the run here, might be in a bit of trouble, especially with the TP coming in, but Perfect basically just TPs for nothing, and they eventually kill Carrier while Faker's solo farming bot.
On this gold lead that is being found, as Carrier is just running this map on the Poppy.
Yeah, also Guma has been extremely accurate with his Qs. Can sometimes be difficult with the weird balancing mechanics and stuff, but he's basically just plopping it on the heads of every enemy that's in his range, and nobody gets to play the game against his fed Ziggs. Meanwhile, Beryl, well, he's in the game, but he's not really, as he's dead again for the 4th time at 13 minutes. And there's the satchel coming in, maybe asleep here. There's the flash as well. He does have teammates nearby, but not quite close enough. As Guma finally does get punished, and now Owner will go down as well.
And by T1, a bit of an overcommit. More happening.
Yeah, Carrier's just kind of getting in there, and this is actually a bait because the TP's here, Faker's here as well. Def is just dead, and now Faker gets the scoop here on a Pioshik. Nice Senna ult to help out, and BDD is desperate, but the Condemn comes in, and the knock into the wall is exactly what you were talking about. You're just up against the wall forever, and now the Vayne is going way too deep for this, actually, and will get punished. BDD will survive.
Is that BDD doesn't die?
Oh,
is that enough?
Here we go again.
I don't think so.
Owner gonna miss his ult. Also went for the Zeeks here. Pretty common on Skarner, I guess. One of the only junglers as a tank in the jungle to actually still get that item. Faker is gonna take out a turret, and this is the 2nd Drake of the game. It's a Cloud Drake, and already 2 going in the hands of T1, making it a Mountain Soul on the cards for them.
Things to get rolling. This is kind of what I expected from these two teams. It is still a massive advantage for T1, but it's definitely been a lot scrappier recently. But now, T1 have already taken all of the outer towers. It's 16 minutes, and it's so easy for them just to look and threaten these tier 2s. That's one down already, and they can just repeat this play on the other side of the map. And I don't think KT really have a response right now. But
yeah, it's not.
Don't let Zeus pick Vayne.
It's not just perfect. I think Deft and Barrel have also definitely struggled, but I do think a lot of the effects follow as
very nice
BDD.
knock up here. BDD, man, this is one way you could still win the game as, oh, the denial from Cario is insane. It's still going to be a kill, but now they're in a bit of trouble as so many low health bars. We got the TP coming in. Nice stasis from the side of Pyoshik as Barrel is burning down a bit, but nobody has actually died yet on the side of KT, and they have some healing as well. So for now, it's just Zeus that has gone down. As well, he knows that the only real tank is Cassante, who's also building armor for the main. As, yeah, this is what I was talking about. You know, he presses one button, and Barrel basically dies. Not a kill, but it is going to be Barrel out of the game for now.
Oh, Kuma just uses W aggressively.
Cassante.
Yeah, here comes the Cassante. It is 4v5 for now. TP available, though, as Owner just trying to get away. It doesn't look like they want to fight this one just yet. They have the Azir turret, and Perfect is walking over every single mine that he can find.
Yeah.
And you see KT trying to posture here for Drake, but the satchel is just so good. Man, our Ziggs players, they're getting a lot of practice on the Ziggs, and everybody is really upping their game.
Like just the ult?
This is not okay.
I think if Carrier slams Barrel into a wall and then it's just Guma ult, I think Barrel might die to that. But I hope we get to see it for science, obviously.
Yeah, by the way, they still had the Rift Herald, so they just saved it until 23 minutes, and now they're using it to push down the mid wave and the mid lane and try to really get into those turrets. Baker going 1v1 against BDD, who eventually does have to rebind, but the rest of T1 are just pushing mid, and this is without Baron, and one Q does Barrel's whole health bar split amongst, you know, 3 different guys. Yeah.
One Q took like,
By the
now
way,
though, yep.
Yeah.
Started up, why not?
And I mean, their Baron damage is just disgusting with the Vayne, with the Azir, with the Ziggs, who isn't even hitting it. He's just zoning Pyoshik away. That is 2 abilities, I guess 3, just gonna be thrown in, and Perfect's like, I'm here, guys, I'm ready to help. And the Baron's gone. T1 take it down, 24 minutes in.
Very impressive. Well, TP behind. Hail Mary.
BDD he's still trying his best, but now he doesn't have a health bar. And with Baron buff, this is just even more oppressive because your siege is already fantastic with just the one guy. And, you know, you have some healing, you have some ability to, yeah. But not really.
Well,
he's not 10,000 gold behind.
He's got ult again. With the slow hit from, I think if the slow hits from Owner on Barrel, they can just ult.
Yeah, force a flash.
It's so funny because Barrel is actually healing, but it just doesn't matter. Even the Ludensprong!
Oh no, Barrel! Oh no! And the ult, you know, optimistic, but they do get the heal. And I guess that's something. They already got 2 inhibitors, rather, and they're going for number 3. And here we go, the Impale comes in, gets double flash away from them, just burning, just eating the summoners as they're trying to get on top of Zeus, and they might just do that, but who cares about Zeus when Kuma is this fed on the Ziggs? And you got the 1 carry, but you didn't get the other 2. BDD desperate to try to take something down, but guys, this game is over, and it is out as T1 are looking to take down game number 1 in flying fashion here in this finals of the regional qualifiers. As one last ditch attempt from Def, but this one is done. So 26.5 minutes, and game 1 goes to T1.
Yeah, because of how the game played out. Like, maybe in a game where Guma doesn't do 35k damage and gets a double, like maybe the Senna works, right? Maybe you can make it happen. Instead,
Bard comes through for Carrier. I'm not really a big fan of Bard here. I think Bard is best utilized when you're playing into a mobile carries. You can set up an ult on them. Obviously, there's other value in his roam potential, but there's so much.
Let's hope we don't see what we saw in game 1 at the beginning of that one. Let's jump onto the Rift for game 2. But if you win tonight, you get that number 9 for those individual players. As KT is looking to invade here and set up their top side, although Barrel is down on the bottom side of the map at the moment, so we'll see. where they go with this.
Yeah, I guess maybe concerned about playing into the double ranged as ranged melee.
Oh, Keria got one. Also,
Force the smite.
Force the smite. Yeah, he's just level 3. He's coming in behind Faker, as they do know that the Skarner is here. And now Faker going to be knocked towards the wall. He does dodge the knock up here. He goes for the ghost, but he's basically just running in circles, waiting for Owner to come on over, who is going to bail him out. But now a bit of damage into Owner as well. The Unbind comes in and forces the flash from Owner. The flash on in for BDD, and he gets first blood just like that.
Early on, I think that's what ends up being the main issue. Because as we can see, initial setup here, not finding the Q3 and not finding the wall slam. Ghost.
Keep going.
It's just not enough. And
go for Vi.
The fact that Owner, I think, could have flashed a lot earlier here and denied a lot of the Skarner damage.
Because surely they knew that Pyoshik was there. I think Faker should have just...
An opponent is itemized for the opposite damage source.
Setting a trap for Perfect here.
Yeah, a little bit of a trap. I mean, Barrel's here as well, and could try to go for it, though. The flash on in, the Ornhorn going to be blown here as well. Perfect, not even bothering to flash, and it's going to bite him back, as that is the kill. Owner comes in and just way too much CC, more than Perfect was expected to do that on the Kai'Sa.
Also saw Perfect there at the beginning when that initial crash from Faker came through.
But
really
particularly the Nasus benefits a lot from that movement speed at close distance.
Trying to clear the wave here. He's got Keria to just stasis everything up there, and this is an Ornn as the Impale will come in, but the stun is there from Keria, and the knockup from the Ornn, but Depth, he lives just barely, and eventually does go down to Keria's auto. Barrel as well is going to bite the dust eventually, as Faker comes in, just collects a kill. Not half bad at the end of the day, as T1 take the gold lead.
Again, I think this Nasus is very, very weak, but already reinforcements on the way here for T1.
Yeah, and I mean the setup here from the side of T1, especially because Pyoshik is just
dead. He's just
alone farming in the jungle. I mean, he's Skarner, he can go through walls. Surely he's dead.
Yeah, he's gone through walls towards T1's base.
Yeah, only question is who gets the kill. It will be Divine.
During this mid wave, which does give T1 the space. Zeus on the flank has his ultimate available.
It's about to get very interesting. Let's see, BDD looking for the knockup, and now the Ornhorn's going to be called. Nice little angle, but a big engage from Barrel into the equalizer, and Impale, it's just a massive wobble that comes in. T1 are trying to turn something. They do get the one kill, and a massive Bard ult as well. But at the end of the day, do they have to follow up damage to kill any of these low health members is the question. Guma trying his best to do exactly that, but he can't get the one kill. Keria is going to go down, and BDD is still alive. And it's Guma easier bus, but he is gone as KT win a gigantic team fight.
BDD can cancel Fakers, right? So if BDD decides to teleport in, there isn't really a whole lot that Faker can do besides try to damage him as much as possible, as Barrel does not care about your measly turret. They will just slam this down, kind of trade that for the bot side outer.
It is a Skarner can get over walls, though.
They're going to get the ults from Keria in there, and yeah, the Skarner goes in, and it just goes over to Pyoshik, and they do have this magical journey. Barrel trying to follow, but he just says, no, it's not worth it. We got the Drake. We don't need the kill. We're already ahead, and we will deny the Cloud Soul point from T1. It's just saying, I have to go in.
95. Oh. There, and obviously a lot of damage coming in, the equalizer being dropped.
Don't go too far.
어, 다행이다.
Oh, thank God.
지렸다잉. Okay.
Goes to Worlds for the loser. It's over as BDD. He's going deep.
Yeah, just doing Yone things, and the Ziggs just not very much like that.
Fine, but still hitting enough of those onto people like Guma or Owner in the long run is going to be something that KT can rely on to set up for these dives, right? Like 1 or 2 Ws alone could be enough.
Okay, that is a big committal, but it's a Keria ult to deny all the damage, and now T1 are perfectly set up for the wombo combo once again. Equalizer comes down, it's a perfect angle from Perfect, and T1 are burnt to a crisp as KT will win the fight and will take the Baron.
The anti-synergy on display. Keria goes for the flashy play and then blocks his entire team's damage and hands the Baron straight over to KT. What a misplay, what an unforced error from T1.
Being absolutely huge. And of course, T1 heavily over-investing as not going to get in, but they get the turret, and that's the main goal.
Yeah. I mean, with the Baron just trying to really escalate your gold lead, and now trying to flash on a guy who's invisible, and Owner has to go in. Bit of damage to Zigzalt over the top, and they finally do get perfect. It's a trade 1-for-1, but Faker is probably going to go down. This is a pretty decent Bard ult, but it's only going to delay the inevitable as Faker, super low, he's in the back line, gets ulted on, down he will go. It's a triple for Deft, who's just running around the fight.
KT, this team, very often a complete enigma. Eventually they get the turn on the perfect, but...
Well, this is just insult to injury. Guma doesn't have flash, and I think eventually he should die. There you go. Pyosik just gonna pop him on the head with a claw.
Now that the Kaisa is online, he's getting bonked on the head.
Yeah, Deft just is in melee range against a big Nasus who isn't very fed, but actually it's just a bait all along. As Faker's running the other way. There's a Bard ult. Faker's like, I need more stacks. Hold on. Not the best timing there, and now this fight is very broken up. That's a double impale, and both of these guys are just dead. As is just caught in the crossfire. He's going to be going down as well. KT is crossing their eyes, crossing their T's, dotting their eyes, rather. As Faker's still just holding the wave, trying to keep the game alive.
He's just building stacks, right? It's what Nasus does.
Still farming.
Yeah,
eventually he'll get there.
Barrel's going to win this 1v1. Unfortunately, BDD on the way as well.
I mean, I guess he held the wave, but...
Yeah, BDD even QSS is the Wither, so he just need to hit a Q at some point.
Just dodge everything. Nah, he's trying his best. I mean, the Nasus can be pretty funky like this. The ult will be committed to as BDD has had enough, and they do take him down. He was there in game 1 as well, but he was the only one in game 1, so... Now he's got a team behind him, and KT, 10,000 gold ahead almost, are looking for their second Baron.
All they got to do is turn. Just don't flip, don't risk giving it over. As long as Owner isn't allowed near the pit, does have flash and ult.
Well, they're trying to keep him out of the pit, and there is the turn. A lot of wombo combo bouncy castle behind the wall there.
Dead.
Yeah, BDD goes down, and Baker's pretty tanky, a big impale, but Pyosik getting low. I think the wallets might just be a bit too heavy, though. A pretty decent fight, all things considered, but the wallets are there for the side of KT. Extremely messy, and T1 will deny the Baron for now.
It's not clean, but it's KT. Everything's fine. They have enough threats.
Ooh.
I think a bit of a messy fight's not the end of the world. As long as you don't give over the Baron and the bounty and allow
more damage avoidance from them.
You think of a BDD stepping out up the...
Oh, okay. The Zonya's going to have some big value there as BDD finds Guma, and you see the Ornn is desperate to try to save him, but he will go down anyway, and BDD will survive. The wallets are just gigantic right now on the side of KT. They take down the 2 carries, and that might just do it. KT Rolster looking for their first win in the series. Isaiah is desperate to just try to stop the wave from going down, but the TP will come in. And it's only Keria, as Steph 1 kill away from Legendary, I believe, here, as they will look to push to end and win game 2.
And this best of 5 after game 1 looked a little dicey, but KT bounced back in a big way. And the telecom war continues for this final world spot as the Nexus falls here in game number 2.
The Nexus will fall, and we do, in fact, have a series on our hands. Anyone can take it from here, as KT have decided it's a bit late, but we will show up and actually play the game and give you a challenger against T1.
And you know, that is a man who has seen too much.
He definitely has, maybe too much for one man and one team, as BDD's on top of the damage charts again.
A Sivir, we saw Guma pull out as well, and this time it is going to be Deft trying to bring it in here.
It just once again
It's
feels
not like Jhin anymore.
It just once again feels like a low-value Bard game. I think
Sivir comes out again as an answer into Ziggs. So we'll see if that works as well as we out of the Rift for game number 3.
Downhill from there. On the flip side, this T1 roster has been together, excluding Zeus, since 2021. And talk about Zeus did take a bit of a beating here early on.
Presumably still hasn't been seen, so maybe Guma gets punished here.
Oh, okay. Nice little force flash from Finish It? I forget what the combined cost.
I can't remember the exact amount, but it's not much at all.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to set up here for the grubs. And KT Rolster with the Ivern are utilizing that zone control very well. But in goes Beryl. He says, enough of the zone control. I'm just going to put my face in it. And he does do that, and he's probably dead as the knockup comes in. He gets a shield, though. Stays alive for a very long period of time, but eventually does go down. First blood goes to Faker. And all going to be thrown out here by Guma, who is level 6, as T1 will look to push them away and take the other 2
Power
grubs.
that you desperately need is Guma. Does have his flash, low on mana, and doesn't have his satchel.
Yeah, he just used it for poke. Here comes Deft, trying to come in, gets the Q down. Guma will flash away, some mines on the ground, but 1 Q could do it, or just an auto, as Deft is just going to take him down, and Guma does get punished.
Carries.
Owner taking
Away
the
from
portal.
the Sigs and just get it for your Sivir and your Jax as well in that Supreme late game. Definitely going to want that with some side lane threats. As here we go, gonna try to come in here. The knockout comes in. There's that TP you guys are talking about, and now Faker in a really rough spot. He's gonna get Bartled, but there's really nobody to save him as Beryl takes a bit of damage, but will survive with the help of the Ivern. And this is the exact fight we were talking about for a minute.
Comes through, but it doesn't really help Faker's situation.
Pull a Beryl, which he's Beryl. So as we're looking for the Rift Heralds here, there is vision. Bunch of pings coming in, and especially with the Hex Gates, potential for KT to try to come over and contest it, but it doesn't look like they will.
I don't.
So now, you know, Payfair can perhaps go down and break the freeze, but he's missing out.
Looks like they knew he was in the brush as they had this ward here. This is going to force the flash out of BDD.
It's a bit of a downtime.
A
Hold
catch.
that thought.
There's the Bard. There is the setup. And that's really what this Bard is for. It's going to get another flash. Guma will sit here, try to clear the waves and pressure that one. Meanwhile, Faker's on the bottom side, has a nice angle for a wall if a fight does break out. Really trying to push in the Rift Heralds. Looks like it will get a charge, but they're not going to take that down just yet. They don't start the Drake at the same time as the charge, as Faker just going to say, well, they're all in mid, so I'm just going to take this bot turret. Just waiting for the engage from the side of T1. There it is. They're going to throw it straight into Pyoching. They know he doesn't have it, but he has actually a stopwatch, and he will be going down. That's a kill already on the depth as Zeus just got in and murdered him, as that is 3 to the side of T1, and they will take it down.
T1 starting up Nash, and I don't think there's anything that KT can do against this.
And now the Dragon, and now all the turrets. It really was kind of on a knife's edge in this one. T1 were ahead, and they were getting little advantages, but then really, that was kind of a back-breaking fight.
Need the pressure. 15 seconds on the Baron. So basically 1 wave to try and crash in and get this, and they'll use the wall to do so.
The ult's going to be thrown towards Leona. Beryl just says, okay, I'm going in, and he's dead. Now we're going to have people trying to get close, and that's the issue with the Sivir. He's able to stop some, but he has to get so close to the fire. And T1 so far ahead at this point, and now with both Deft and Beryl gone, looks like T1 are looking to take an even bigger chunk out of this game 3.
Not a lot to be done here. Zeus just able to hook shot with impunity. I say that.
Got the ultimate. I mean, he's just going to use it here on the Jax. He's just frontlining. Even if he went down, this is a good trade. And he's still alive, still getting hook shots in, still getting stunts down. And T1 just biting off even more. Now, they're not going to get the inhibitor turret, which they probably should have gotten instead, but at least they got a couple of kills, I guess. You forget the Merc Tread.
Oh, have to mention it.
Little engage here from Beryl, but at the end of the day, he uses his satchel defensively, and Beryl's dead. And the timing this time with the Bard is fantastic, as Death will actually run away. Keria getting pretty close to the sun, and now it's Zeus who does take that magical journey in and is looking to end this game. I see one a little bit low on the health bars, but there's the knock up, the stun onto Perfect. He's got to flash away. Zeus is not going to let them get away at this point in time. Death's desperate to try to do something, but he will be taken down. And so will BDD. So those 2 short-range carries will be taken out of the game, and T1 will look to end it.
And the imminent end, possibly to the last dance, can be felt as this third Nexus is going to fall. T1 going to go up to match point. Not a guaranteed win for them. I still think this game, despite the score early on, felt like it was decently back and forth.
I can see Deft and Beryl in that shot, but I saw someone on the left as well. As it ends up Guma topping the damage charts.
And you know, I'm going to say, there's a pick we've actually seen be pretty good into Ziggs.
Oh. The
There
Braum!
You found it in the end. I think the Braum value is massive here. You know, if you can stand in front, you can block the MF hold, you have a lot of auto attackers who can stack the passive with the Ashe and the Jax, it's a good lane here. The Poppy can't really threaten too much. And again, into the Gragas.
Just about ready to hop on the right for game number 4. Let's do it and see what happens right now between KT and T1. Just gonna get a ward down on the red buff of Owner.
DRX ward with the skin.
Yeah.
And now...
But if he doesn't get help, I don't know if he's going to be able to survive through this.
Let's see if he's right next to Faker. He cannot TP in here, and there's a lot of damage already in a perfect. As Owner tanks it up, he flashes away. Pyosik makes his way down, but it's a clean dive. Nobody goes down, even though there are some low health bars.
Yeah,
Pyosik.
especially a Poppy makes it so difficult to pull that off with all the CC available. And there, the fact that they still had Guma Splash, you know, they were never in any danger. Just a good setup there, and only been one sum for it now.
Wow, okay, engage Braum. Jumping on in, and Beryl presses W and walks away.
And the
over
hero
the side of Guma, who's just taking down plates alongside of Keria.
I feel like when you pick something like MF, even into a fairly oppressive bot side, BDE roaming over with the ultimate, Pyosik sitting here as well.
Yeah, it's Guma and Keria. Guma does have an arrow, and the door will be held. The cleanse comes through, but Guma's in a lot of trouble. Beryl getting under that tower, though. Takes a ton of damage. Does not matter. They bring everybody in here. But now the follow-up from T1. They get the kill onto the tree. And now they're going to get the flash at a Beryl as well. So at the end of the day, a lot of rotations over. T1 do trade back. Just going to get a cleanse. Gathers it here. Sanagam is going to miss, and BD doesn't do much, but the knockaway of Keria is a big one, but the counter-strike catches all three, and Beryl gets so incredibly low, and now we got a TP coming in. Pyosik has to flash away, and that dive did not work out the way they wanted it to.
The Dragon back to T1, and they are hoping it's a good one.
Mtech? What's it gonna be? It's Cloud.
I think
Throughout this year, shown us both the highs and the peaks that you'd expect of both these players and the organization. As I might have to hold off.
Very nice angle here from BDD from the pit. Owner in a bit of trouble, taking so much from BDD. You can't block that one, as Owner gonna have to flash away. And a bunch of damage is being thrown back. They get the cleanse out of death, but really the end result of this is that KT, they don't expend much, and they're gonna get a Rift Herald here.
Thus far has been way too tanky to engage on. That has the Impale and says, "I can't stop me, I'm Yone."
Uh-oh. Faker in a lot of trouble here. He is going to flash, but still gets knocked into the wall. You see Keria trying desperately to save him. And the Poppy doesn't have much damage, but it is enough, especially with Pyosik around here. And now Keria is being run. He's not going to get stunned into the wall, but still a nice kill for KT.
So yeah, well, we all know what happened there. That's why Pyosik has that skin. As bot lane turret is going to get taken with Pyosik charging onward.
And I mean, they're setting up for another one. Keria's not even that healthy, but yeah, not gonna overstay their welcome. But perfect. Okay, he's making a play in mid, and Guma has flash, but he says, "Well, I'm not gonna get out of here." Nearly kills Deft, but it's still a very nice play out of perfect, and that's exactly what KT needs.
Does everyone remember? Oh, more action coming.
Well, this is Beryl kind of alone. Not the first time we've seen this, and Owner just able to maybe get revenge. No, Beryl just flashing and Nimbus cloaking and trying to get out of here, but Keria says no.
Baby, he's got the damage.
The burst too much, and now Deft in a lot of trouble. Zay is going to get slowed up here by the Make It Rain. We do have Pyosik coming on in, but he's really just for peel. And the arrow. Okay, that's going to hit the Maokai. Does Zeus have enough to chew through the Locket Maokai? The answer is no.
Drake Zeus is going to be spotted here. T1, that's the engage ult.
Yeah, the engaged Braum coming on in, and it's Owner who is very tanky that they engage on. The Impale not going to hit anything. The cast is excellent, and down will go Keria, and Owner is left alone as well. KT Roaster pick up 2, but now T1 trying to get something. BDD will have to flash away. He gets over the wall with the Q3, and now he's totally saved. KT are not done yet.
Oh, the health bars are low.
Oh boy.
BD is on fire on this pick.
All right, I know that they lost one game with it, but I think we had the right idea when we banned BDD's Yone.
With the frontline guard, there's not much you can do.
Go slow, he says. I feel like maybe that's just the default thing you say on KT. I live. You know, protect me.
Table, we could see teams starting to set up, and maybe look for some picks to set up for it. The damage is there to take down a Baron at the opportunity.
They're trying to get in here, and they're just lining up for the Yone once again. Zeus getting pretty low, but he is Jax, and they're engaging onto Jax Braum. That's not the best. Owner trying to get in with the Impale, but Faker gets cast into the team and left alone, and he should be going down. There he goes. Perfect trying to follow up, but he already did his job.
And the minions, again, favoring KT as he doesn't get the body slam.
That he sits back and does nothing, right? I guess.
He's calibrating.
Yeah, he's getting ready for the next one. And now we got a fight breaking up for some reason, or breaking out, as Owner tries to impale. Isn't going to get anyone. Faker just trying to run into Barrel.
Spawner.
And Guma trying to do damage to depth, as actually Zeus has a very good angle. 3-man stun comes in, and Zeus will get the kill, but down will go Faker. Owner is so low, but T1, they are kiting this one out in a very scrappy fight, as the Ashe and the Jax are going to have big value here. BDD not really finding his angle personally. And T1 kind of settling down here. Barrel.
Secret Agent Barrel.
He can, yeah, I mean.
It's Barrel.
Perry will chase him, that doesn't matter. T1 are going to get the Cloud Drake.
Yep, we'll get them up to that third. And honestly, I think to me, the standout was there.
That is one thing. Has taken a little bit of damage. Doesn't care. Finds Owner. Gets on in. The combo's there. Vicarious stands in front, but Owner is dead. Down he will go. Now the front line. A massive cask again. Zeus is on the backside. He's alone, and he will be taken down. KT. They find the angle once again.
Once again, BDD, the one to set it up, the one to lead the charge, the confidence to go into the Skarner, and now KT going to move back to the Baron. A lot of sustain between these champs, so the low health bar is not too much of a concern. No jungler, but T1 going to try and contest.
Barrel is looking, I think, for a back. Not going to be able to have the time. Does have TP available, but crucially, it's only damage. There's no jungler here, and it looks like T1 not going to be able to make it through. KT, they want to bring this to a game number 5. I think T1 should just let this one go.
Yep, the question is, can they let it go and defend their base? And we'll lose that bot tier too, so KT kind of reading the map, seeing the fact that Fake is top, know they'll get this dragon uncontested. They'll take the time to get that tier 2 bot, push out the goal, extend the goal lead a bit more, and then pick up the dragon. So they will have 2, still behind on T1 with 3, but definitely get a decent amount of value from that Baron.
Welcome back, Chronicler.
Yeah, I'm ready to continue. Want to highlight as no
calming down. Faker, he's caught. He's up against the wall. The knockout comes in, but BDD's out of there very quickly. It will take a while to go down, and finally they do get him as the flash underneath the turret. Pioshik going deep, as now Honor trying desperately to get that finish off, but he will not be able to. It's a kill on a Faker for 44 seconds, but he will have TP, and Baron will not be up just yet.
Him not reacting or him choosing to save it, I think it's the best outcome for T1.
Take a look at this fight, and once again, Carrier, this time he's gonna be the target, and down he goes, just like that, right as the Baron spawns. And they say, okay.
Threes.
Barrel on Perfect also should be looking to play.
They don't know. Oh! He's in the pit, and it goes to Pioshik anyway. Oh, that was looking so disastrous, but Pioshik quick on to the trigger, and he gets that one down. Zeus is in here as well, and well, he's not very long for this one, as BDD is also coming on over. Barrel gets over the wall. Zeus gets denied from jumping over the wall, and KT have Baron here in game number 4.
Too many chances to get back to
They got a fight. They're trying to get Pioshik here, but he is just so tanky. Do they have the damage? The knockup comes in. The cast to save his life. And now we're kiting out KT, though. Owner gets in. Jax gets in. They're looking for Death. Death's in a bit of trouble, but the clutch comes in. He's okay. BDD! BDD gets into that back line and decimates the rest of T1. Cariel will be taken down, and we are going to Silver Scrapes 100%.
T1 trying to deny it with a pick on Pioshik, but BDD does not miss on this Yone. Gets the ult, gets both carries, and we're going to a game 5.
The defending world champions are going to be pushed to the brink. The Nexus surely to fall. No one standing for T1.
And there it is. The Alpaca Treants coming in.
Will be played in Lowell Park this entire year.
And all I'm going to say is there won't be a Yone in that game.
Oh no!
They are not letting me get that pick again. BDD you know, we talked a lot about how much he stepped up later end of summer. Really. So, toying with some other options.
Oh!
The confidence pick! And the thing with LeBlanc is so hard to pin down. You know, there's a lot of lockdown on T1, but I feel like it's going to be hard to actually connect onto this LeBlanc pick. So much threat onto things like the Corki, like the Jin from the flank.
And pulls out the R5 LeBlanc. Let's see how it goes as we hop into the Rift for game number 5.
There is so much long-range engage as
Level 1 hook shot coming on in. Do a little bit of harass coming in there, but Keria is here. Trade a little bit back on a perfect. And actually a decent amount more than just a little bit. I mean, Ignite coming down here as well. Keria really bullying both of them in the mid lane, just really using the Shield of Daybreak to essentially say, you will not stay here.
This would be the perfect time to get one of those graphics where it shows damage dealt and Keria's just like miles above everyone else. Getting those autos off, getting the value there, and forces the dive towards... Oh!
There it is. Level 2 comes in. Keria trying to make it play, but it's still LeBlanc, and BDD was very ready for it.
Yeah, that's
that
what
he does. BDD now the one looking for this, but Keria is still here. Not too surprising, but at least able to get a decent amount of poke on in. Barrel also looking for the angle himself.
Faker doesn't have Valkyrie.
There it is. Valkyrie is down. Level, or not down, it's just not taken. BDD gonna find a Leona, but now Barrel is going to try to get some damage on in. It's very tense here in the mid lane between these two duos.
a very early piece of magic resist. It's perfect. Has ult.
On Vision was the Sejuani, but yeah, as you mentioned, you're not getting away from this one. Zeus trying his best. He's gonna flash. He's gonna try to ult away, but you cannot get away from the Camille. Do they have the damage to take down Zeus? Is the real question, as one will do it, and they take him down, and first blood goes to perfect.
Beautifully sits patiently, finds the ult. The cleanup is there, and a 1-0 stop for the Camille. Definitely what you want in a game 5.
Bane as well, so adding a little bit more oomph for perfect. Very early on the Sheen now. Going to be feeling really good. On the flip side, T1 trying to maintain some pressure here. Keria.
Oh, trying to make a play here on a Deft. Barrel getting in front of that, but he's level 4 Alistair. Has to flash away, and now trying to open up. The first shot is going to hit as Deft desperate to try to block them, and he will block that 4th shot, but they don't get any kills. But T1's bottom lane still pressuring the bottom side of the map and getting some plates available here.
Might look for the other side. Perfect's
Just
low, though.
He is pretty low, but he's got Sejuani with him. He's got that shield, and can Zeus do anything? Here comes Owner to try to turn this one around, and with that shield fade, they're just going to hop away. But now Owner thinking about it a little bit more, just trying to put his face in it. Not going to amount to too much.
Despite everything, especially with that play not working out, we do see again the CS lead for Zeus building. And Yone is one of those champions where even if you do fall behind in lane, let alone not enough to really dissuade you from having an impact later on.
Oh man, everybody is here.
They knew. KT, they want to try and isolate a member and take them down immediately.
Rotations. Rotate back into the pit.
Deft is running, but Guma does have a lot of range with his R. Both the AD carries still here.
It really just comes down to the smite, and it goes over to Owner, and now Barrel's going to go in looking for something extra. That's 2 people that are going to be slept up, but BDD finds Faker, trying to bait Zeus in as well, and that's a massive bullet time, but in goes Zeus, finds BDD. The first one to go down will be Owner, and now we've got Zeus caught in the pit amongst 4 of them. Is going to dash away as Guma finally makes his way over. Keria going to be caught by BDD as well, and KT rolls to pick up 2 more kills.
Massive now.
Oh, ult on Perfect. A lot of damage going down into this turret.
Yeah, I mean, Perfect's just going to stick around. He's trying to get that kill, and now we got a TP coming in. And here comes BDD behind them all as Keria is going to find the LeBlanc and give them some time. Damage is done, though, to Zeus. Oh, it's perfect! He will live, and BDD is still here. He's looking for more. He wants more. And he's not going to have it. He's going to dash away. Piosik as well does his job, just puts his body on the line. So many low health bars, and KT get another.
They end up in a gold positive trade as Perfect, he is no longer afraid. Maybe he should be.
Maybe a little afraid.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, there was a chance, but with Piosik not there, I mean, you don't really have to send it in.
It's very sad when you buy Mercs.
You see T1 trying to make an aggressive play here, but there's a lot of KT members in return.
Beryl just trying to throw himself into it and bait them into this fight as Ingo's perfect. Keeps Zeus around, but he dodges. That Sejuani ultimate lines up too. He's still alive, but down he goes. Trade of top laners as now BDD is coming up. Trying to punish Carrier here, and it looks like T1 are just gonna let it go. That's another kill over to BDD's LeBlanc. He is now 3-0.
Running!
A lot of running and skipping and hopping, and it's Deft who gets away. Meanwhile, Faker's just taking a turret.
Deal effective true damage to everyone that is within a range is a really big deal.
And the other person who's also getting the gold.
Well, we're ulting the wave as in he goes, trying to clear it out and make sure that he's safe on the dive. There's the Q3, trying to dodge it, flashes away from Pyoshik. Pyoshik taking a huge amount of damage, but in comes Deft to try to trade it back, and they will get the kill, but
15 tower hits tank there, feels like by Pyoshik, but T1 are just playing for the objectives, and it's working.
All right, well, this is a Lilia. Can they actually get him down? Nice catch by Barrel Owner. In a lot of trouble. Just going to accept his fate and just try to hit the turret, I suppose. Does a little bit of damage, but Deft will be fed over a kill.
Driving, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were already...
Essential.
You were fine on the crossbow. Again, T1 is 2k gold up.
Sejuani, MF, it's LeBlanc sometimes. As an ult comes in, this is an Alistair who does have Unbreakable Will. Barrel's going to use it and try to get away. Creative ult says, once again, Faker's hitting a turret.
That was really nice, like Pyoshik and Barrel to interrupt Carrier. Oh my, that's a lot of damage.
He's going to get away for now, and he has Flash. Can he get out is really the question. They'd have to go very deep to try to get Faker at this point. And yeah, KT just not going to get him.
A very short time frame.
We're ulting a Sejuani in the jungle, and now TPs are coming in. They're trying to keep him around for a very long period at least.
Turn.
But yeah, Zeus going to have to unbound out of that one. And KT thinking about it, thinking about the engage. Barely going to go in. The big MF ultimate is just going to get the flash. And it's not too committal just yet. Owner only going to hit the front line. There's the sleep. It goes in onto the one. Oh! The ultimate catches 3, but immediately goes back. Perfect. He followed. And that might be the end of him. As KT are in a lot of trouble. Ingo's Owner looking for a bit more. Beryl is caught out. Down will go BDD. T1. They find the angle in the fight, and Deft gets roped into it as well. And Pyoshik, the only one to get out here.
As it turns out, it was just needing the One to be an engaged duel.
Previous fight, but still down in kills, but a 7,000 gold lead. KT know how rough the game feels right now. And with that tower being taken, no structures outside that base. It's 6 towers to 0.
For KT, is that enough to go up against the might and money of T1? I don't know. That's going to help a little bit.
Trying to catch Barrel. They really want to get him to use his ult. And now we got a potential sleep coming in here as there goes in Carrier looking for a bit more. Oh! Sniped by Kuma! And that might just do it. It's 2 kills to the Jin. And look at this. BDD's going to go down as well. It's 3 kills just like that.
The Misfortune ultimate to clear the wave. But T1 might try and interrupt, might try and just look for the pressure, look for the end here.
Looking like it. I mean, KT, they already lost 3 members. What can they do?
10 seconds on Barrel. Is that going to be enough? Perfect. He goes in trying to stall, but the Nexus turrets are falling.
Deft can't get the angle.
They're just trying to do it. T1, they want to go to Worlds. Will they be able to? All they got to do is take down the Nexus, and they will get the job done. You will be seeing T1 at Worlds. You will have Faker there.
Head in hand.
It's a different kind of emotion.
It really is. And Corky gets his win, which
He was just waiting.
Yeah, he was so due.
He was scaling.
he was just waiting for the right opportunity.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the post-match team interview translation, joined by players of Team 1 who managed to get a 3-2 victory in the LCK regional qualifiers and securing LCK 4th seed. Congratulations!
네, 팬분들께서 정말 크게 박수를 보내주시고 계신데요. 제우스 선수 먼저
The
이야기
fans are
나눠보도록
so loud
하겠습니다.
today.
제우스 선수 풀세트 접전이었습니다. 그 경기 끝에 단 한 장 남은
It was a
월드
5-game
티켓을
series,
얻을 수 있게 됐는데요.
and you
그
secured the
소감이
last World's
오늘
ticket. How do you
확실히
feel?
지난 디플러스 기아전에서 뭔가
Today,
제가
for
실수를
sure.
너무 많이 해가지고 좋은 기회를
After
많이
making so
놓쳤던
many
것 같아서
mistakes from the
마음이 너무 안
match against
좋았었는데
D plus Kia,
결국에는 또 이렇게
I
진출하게
wasn't
돼서
really
너무
feeling
다행인
that
것
great,
같아요.
but just being
너무
able
힘든
to
것 같습니다.
advance to
네,
Worlds,
힘들다.
I'm just
이렇게
so
솔직한
relieved,
말씀을
and it was just so
말씀해주셨습니다.
hard today.
오늘 만약에 패배를 했을 경우에는 2024년
So a defeat today meant an end to your 2024 season, making today's match so crucial. So what mindset did you come to
일단
the
사실
stage
플러스 기아전
with
할
today?
때는 정말 뭔가 지면
Against
안
C
된다는
plus Kia?
압박을 개인적으로 너무 심하게
No, I
생각했던 것 같아요.
felt
그래서
so
오늘은
much pressure and
어떻게 보면
extreme
좀
pressure to
그냥
not
좀
lose.
어느 정도 내려놓고
And
마음
for today, I
편하게
think
임해서
I
좀
just really just
집중을
put
좀 더 잘할
everything
수 있을 것
down
같습니다.
and I really allowed myself to focus and concentrate in the game today. The last Worlds, you were the glorious finals MVP, and many people are looking forward to seeing you at this Worlds. So,
일단
what
저희가
can we
정말
expect from you in
어떻게
Europe?
보면 떨어질 수도 있는 상황이었는데 결국에 이렇게
you know, we were
기회를
really
잡았다는 건
on
사실 이제
the edge of the
다른
cliff
팀들과
and
어떻게
being
보면
able
되게
to
동등한
really
위치에
grasp
다시
that
올라왔다고
opportunity.
생각하기 때문에
It just means that we're at the same level as all the teams that made it to Worlds. So we will make sure that we're able to showcase a great performance at Worlds.
이어서 오너 선수 만나보겠습니다. 오너 선수 정말
Next up, let's talk to Owner.
T1이 승리를 했는데요.
After
소감 먼저
such an
들어보겠습니다.
intense battle, T1 came out on top. How do you feel? It was such a rough battle today. Really wanted to win today. And I'm just feeling so relieved and so happy that we're able to win a 3-2 victory.
사실 초반에는
So,
쉽지 않은 장면들도 나왔습니다.
After the win-loss, Game 5 was a very rough start for you. So what was the game plan? Yeah, we actually took a lot of loss in the early game, but we were pretty confident in terms of late game and team fight. So I think we just remained confident and we really remained focused in doing team fights. So at which moment were you sure that you would win? We had a team fight at Baron and we won big in team fight. And after winning that team fight, I just thought, okay, this is such a winnable game. Since 2022, you made it to Worlds 3 times in a row. And you once said, the most beautiful flower blooms in adversity. So what do you think this year's World will be like? Every time we go to Worlds, it's never a very comfortable experience. It's not very easy. And I feel like it's going to be the same, but I want to make sure that we are able to come out strong at Worlds, and I'm just expecting it to be a good run this year. Faker, with your 9th qualification at Worlds, you have become the player with the most Worlds appearance. How do you feel? You know, we were in a situation where we might not be able to make it to Worlds, but being able to be given that chance, I'm just very grateful, and I want to make sure that we make the most out of it. And with the Mapo High School Derby storyline against Theft, how did it feel to face him in such a high-stakes battle? You know, I met him at the World's Finals in 2022, and just being against him at the very last regional qualifiers and the finals, again, it just left me with such mixed emotions. And being able to face him and, you know, even though I won against him and he was defeated, I feel like I'm not exactly feeling too happy for him, but I feel a little bad, but I think this is just what competition is about. And you are the only one with 9 appearances and 4 titles at Worlds. So what are your goals at this year's Worlds? You know, we're going to try to make the most out of this year's Worlds, and I think last year's Worlds, I'm sure a lot of fans are expecting us and looking forward to a similar run from last year, and I want to make sure that we really repay everyone's support. And Gumeoshi, you secured the last ticket to Worlds. How do you feel? You know, I had no idea that we would be able to make it to Worlds after such a rough run. And I'm just also feeling very relieved that we did make it at the same time. And you were against Steph, who had always shown consistent performance at qualifiers. So what was the main point of the bot matchup? You know, he did really well against BNK Firax. And today I just came with the thought that, you know, I just have to play better than him. I just thought to myself, I just have to play better than my opponent. Anything you're looking forward to at Worlds in Europe?
멋진 나라에서 좀 여러 도시 왔다 갔다
You know,
해가지고
being able
그런
to
부분들 좀 기대되고요.
perform and compete in
그리고
Europe
또
in different
저희가
cities is something that I'm
월즈에서
really
좋은
excited
모습
about.
많이 보여줬다 생각해서 월즈에서
And you know, I
잘할 수 있을
think
거라는
last year we were
기대감이 있는
able
것
to
같습니다.
showcase a lot of good sides of our team, so I hope that we can do the same this year as well. I'm looking forward to that as well. And any message to the 80 carries you'll meet at Worlds? Gumayushi is coming, you guys. Carrier, with today's victory, this is your 5th Worlds in a row since debut. How do you feel?
월즈 갈 때는 뭔가
You know, up until this year, going to Worlds, I think it was just more obvious that we would make it, but this year, I feel like the pressure was just so much more immense, so I'm just feeling really grateful that we were able to make it. So before Game 5, the camera caught you, and it looked like you were full of thoughts. So how were you feeling back then? Before Game 5 started,
당연히 어떻게 할지 생각을 하는 도중에 올라와가지고
of course we were thinking about how we were going to play, so I think I was just still thinking about that.
뭐하지라는 생각을 좀 했던 것 같습니다.
And I also thought to myself, what would I do if we got eliminated today? And then after the win, as the victory ceremony, you were holding your chest, so what were you really
되게
doing?
다행이라는 생각도 들었고 그리고
You know, it was just
이제 뭐 온몸에
basically,
되게
I was
며칠
just
동안
so
긴장을 되게 많이
full
해서
of
그런지
relief.
이제
And
갑자기 몸에
I
힘이
think
확
in the past few
풀려가지고
days, I had
이렇게
been so
또
uptight and just feeling that relief with my whole body. It's just that's just the ceremony that came out naturally. So what do you think is going to be different about this world? Although we won the world championship last year, I think this year I do believe that we can obviously do better and be able to showcase and display really good sides and performance this year as well. So I hope that we can do that.
자, 그럼 마지막으로 2023 월즈 우승의 영광을 안았던 제오
And
페르테가
lastly,
다시 한번 월즈 무대에 나서게
The
되는데요.
2023 World Champion roster, Zeus owner Faker Guma Kyria get to run it back at Worlds, and this will be a 3rd year in a row with the same roster. So any shout out to your fans?
네, 이번 월즈가 되게 도전자 입장으로 또 사시드로 가게 됐는데
So as a
이런
competitor
경우는 저도
in
이제
Worlds,
굉장히 좀 좋은 경험, 굉장히
I
처음이라서
feel like
네, 좋은 경험일 거고
it's
좋은
just
경험일 거라고
been such
생각하고요.
a
팬분들도
rough
많이
journey, but I
네,
believe
월즈
that it's
때
going to be a really good
많이
experience for
응원해
us. And for all the fans that have been
준비해서
supporting us
좋은 결과
up
내도록
until this
하겠습니다.
point, and all the fans that will be supporting our Worlds run, thank you so much.
여러분 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
Let's give it up for T1, and that's the end of the interview from T1 and back to the space. Thank you.